Welcome to Slash Bash, where today I am bringing you another malicious compliance Reddit video. Can't have white rope lights to celebrate Christmas? Okay, get ready for the color explosion. About 20 years ago, my wife and I had just gotten married and we rented a condo where all the windows and sliding doors faced the parking area. My wife, to celebrate our first Christmas as a married couple, put a white rope light on the railing of our 2-foot grilling area. It was a nice little gesture. That night, we went out to dinner, and when we came home, found a letter under our door. The letter read, "All holiday lights must be removed immediately from the exterior portion of the condo. Christmas or other religious lighting is against Homeowners Association policy, and failure to remove can result in fines and other legal actions." My wife felt horrible, and I couldn't believe it. The owner of the condo had left a copy of the HOA regulations, and I found a nice little loophole. Apparently, they could regulate lights on the exterior balcony and grilling area, but not lights inside the condo. Game on. Immediately, I took my wife to the big box hardware store and picked up 2 fake Christmas trees, about 2,000 colored lights, a light ball, and whatever holiday decoration I could find. Our condo had 3 windows and the sliding glass door. I filled up each one of those windows with lights, crisscrossing around the inside of the perimeter of the window, and one had the LED ball hanging in the center. The sliding door had the Christmas tree in full view, completely covered in lights and ornaments. Also, the sliding doors were full of Christmas lights. My electricity bill must have tripled. When you came into the parking lot of the condo complex, you saw a beacon of light full of Christmas spirit. You probably could see the condo from orbit. And nothing could be said by the Homeowners Association snitch. Apparently, at the next board meeting, a proposed rule change was brought up to limit the amount of holiday lighting being shown through windows. It was quietly pointed out by another Homeowners Association board member that was an attorney that you probably could not regulate activities inside a person's dwelling. We moved out before the next year, but we never received another notice. Order me to buy your kids expensive gifts for Christmas? Okay then. So my brothers and sisters basically ordered me and my wife to buy their children, our nieces and nephews, expensive gifts for Christmas because according to them, we were well off. We're not really, we're just financially responsible. But since they asked for it and it's already on the budget, we decided to be vindictive this year. So for the most amazing Christmas, our nieces and nephews will each get 5 tubs of Play-Doh, which sticks to everything, 5 kilograms of multicolored kinetic sand, which gets everywhere, 5 tubs of gooey slime, see all the above, 5 packs of easy fill water balloons, and age-appropriate Nerf guns with safety glasses. This should be a fun Christmas. Well, this blew up. Oh man, I should have asked first before I ordered the stuff because you guys have such diabolical ideas. I think this could be the start of a new Christmas tradition, depending if my siblings remain naughty or nice. For those suggesting Legos, we already gave small boxes of them a few months ago as giveaways for our son's birthday. These should complement them nicely. For those suggesting a drum set or noisemakers, I left them out intentionally. It would be a bad idea, since my sisters work nights at the hospital. I don't want them to lose sleep during the day and affect their jobs at night when lives are at stake. Sleep is important, you don't mess with it. For those saying that these are not at all expensive, exactly. You demand someone expensive gifts, you get cheap and annoying ones instead. But will the children care? No, they'll think it's the best Christmas ever. My wife told me to buy us a couple of those automatic Nerf guns from the money we saved from the gifts, you know, for protection. Also, we will not be including the water balloons as I was reminded that I do not want a repeat of the great impromptu water balloon fight of 2018, which I may or may not write about, but it would fit snugly in r/entitled siblings. Also, no glitter. It's too much. No phones allowed at work. Tell them to call me directly. I work in healthcare where phones are not to be used while on the floor caring for patients, etc., for privacy and work health and safety reasons, which is fine and understandable. Most of us have our phones on us or in the break room, and don't use them unless on break or away from patient care areas. None of us check our phones while busy, and if they do, we'll always get called out for it by other staff. We were all recently in a meeting where we were told we were no longer allowed to have our phones on us as it is a distraction and against policy, meaning not to be used unless we are out of the unit or off hospital grounds. A few people piped up and said they had young kids in care where their phone was the direct communication for the carers, or there are issues at home that they needed to have their phone to have quick contact if needed, even if it was left in their handbag and could be checked on breaks. Not only that, but we have a half-hour unpaid lunch break where we should be able to use our phones as we see fit. This was also denied. We were told it's still in a healthcare setting and could cause work and health and safety issues. Now, I know working in healthcare and personal mobile phones don't mix, as it really is against policy. However, the issue with completely denying us access was a total overreaction. The issues with requiring quick and direct contact with home or other outside work contacts was brushed off, and we were told if the issues were that bad at home, we shouldn't be at work. Many people were a bit taken aback by this, saying a lot of the home issues are resolved by a quick text back, and not allowing us access to our phones while at work was a bit unreasonable. Our manager said if that is the case, we can give people her direct work number for contact to go through her. She will relay the messages to us or give the phone to us to talk to whoever is calling. So, cue malicious compliance. We all gave our at-home, spouses, carers, schools, etc. the direct work line to call for any reason if they are unable to get in contact with us directly. Our manager's phone started ringing continuously. First was a lady whose husband needed approval for a big financial decision at home. The next was a vet calling to tell a coworker their dog needed to be put down. I got a call from my children's daycare saying my son had been bitten and was bleeding. That's a mandatory reporting policy. There were several other phone calls within the span of a few hours, with my manager running to us to relay messages or pull us off the floor so we could speak to the callers. This wasted more time than if we were allowed to shoot through a quick text or take a quick phone call while on our breaks. The next day, we were told we can have access to our phones while on break and to please tell our home contacts to stop calling the manager's phone. It took a few days for everyone to get the message, meaning there were still many unnecessary calls coming through, but it made it obvious that it was important for communication lines to be open from home. Short, cheesy, malicious compliance. So a couple nights ago, my hubby and I decided to make a cheese souffle for dinner. He starts prepping the eggs and I start buttering and dusting with parmesan cheese the mini ramekins. I get about 4 ramekins in when I realize I have too much cheese. I ask hubby what he wants me to do with the leftover cheese. He says, hold on to it. Now, we all know what he wanted, but we also know what I did. Yep, 2 tablespoons of Parmesan cheese in my cupped hand. Now, hubby and I are walking around the kitchen, prepping the souffle batter and chatting. I am doing my part one-handed. I ask him for a hand once or twice. He is saying nothing. We get the batter in the ramekins and put them in the oven. Finally, he notices my hand and says, "What's in your hand?" And I say with the straightest face, "You told me to hold on to it." I laughed, he called me a nut, and we ate souffle for the first time. The end. This is John from Slashbash. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video and want to be the first to know when the next one drops, subscribe. I'd love for you to drop a like, share it with your friends, and I'll see you in the next one.